How does geometry calculate cone volume in nature? Have you ever wondered how geometry helps us understand the volume of a cone? This fascinating shape appears in many places around us, from ice cream cones to the peaks of mountains. Let's break down how geometry calculates the volume of a cone and why it matters in nature. To find the volume of a cone, we use a specific formula. The volume is determined by multiplying 1/3 by the area of the base and then by the height. The formula is expressed as volume equals 1/3 times pi times the radius squared times the height. Here, the radius is the distance from the center of the base circle to its edge, and the height is the straight line distance from the base to the tip of the cone. First, we need to calculate the area of the base. The base of a cone is a circle, so we use the formula for the area of a circle, which is pi times the radius squared. Once we have the area, we multiply it by the height of the cone. Since a cone takes up 1/3 of the volume of a cylinder with the same base and height, we include the 1/3 factor in our formula. To calculate the volume of a cone, follow these steps. First, measure the radius of the base circle. If you only know the diameter, remember that the radius is half of that. Next, measure the height of the cone, which is the straight line distance from the base to the apex. Finally, plug these values into the formula volume equals 1/3 times pi times the radius squared times the height to find the volume. Sometimes you may have the slant height instead of the vertical height. In that case, you can use the Pythagorean theorem to find the height. The height, radius, and slant height form a right triangle, making this calculation possible. In nature, many objects resemble cones. Think about pine cones, which are a great example of this shape. Volcanoes also have a conical form, tapering to a point. Understanding the volume of these natural cones helps us in various ways, such as calculating how much space they occupy or how much material is needed to create them. By using this simple formula, we can quantify the volume of cone-shaped objects in the world around us. Geometry makes it easy to grasp the concept of volume, allowing us to appreciate the beauty of these shapes in nature. So next time you see a cone, remember the math behind it and how it connects to the world we live in.